I don't only care about design. Oh yeah, I'm also one of the fabulous five of the first meetup. Uh, anyway, I don't only care about design, I also care about community a lot, especially because, yeah, as a designer in open source, you kind of have to, yeah, see where you're left with, yeah, only yourself basically, and try to build a community around that. And yeah, doing that, I learned also how to build a community around specific apps. For example, with Thomas, Christoph, Steffen, and many others, we're working on the Mail app, for example, in our free time. And yeah, I learned a lot building a community around small ownCloud apps. Yeah, doing that. So show of hands, who here is an ownCloud app developer? Cool. So this might be helpful for all of you, especially if you're developing the app on your own, because yeah, that's a bus factor of 1. So yeah, you know, I don't know if you know the bus factor. If you get hit by a bus, then where does that leave the project? So it should not be 1. There should always be multiple people working on it. So the first, yeah, basically most important point is that you need to be informative. This is the README of the ownCloud Mail app. We have yeah, short description, we have a nice screenshot, and we say what we support and stuff. And yeah, we also use these fancy badges, you know, about code coverage, code quality, and stuff like that. So it's very easy for people to see what's up, to see how to get involved, to see how it looks like, and yeah, to have a picture of the current state. So it's very welcoming and friendly. Another app that does a very good job as this is the Tasks app. So thanks Raimund and Henny. They're there if you want to talk to them and work on the Tasks app. They have a very short installation guideline. So that's an interesting thing because many apps actually don't have an installation instruction, and they just expect that everyone who is on GitHub or everyone who can download an app can also just install it, but that's not really the case. For example, me, I'm just a semi-nerd, I would say, and I mean, I can use the command line and stuff, but sometimes I don't know how to make and sudo make and install or something, you know, I already forgot it. So another thing is developer setup info, as I just said, also to not just install it, but also how to set up your development environment. If there are different requirements, for example, if you use Composer or something, to get it all set up so people can actually contribute, right? Because you don't want to develop the app on your own, you want to get new people. And another important thing is to list the people currently already working on it so people know who to talk to. And yeah. Also, there's also another small points. Yeah, say if there's any issues or if there's any things you want to fix, go through the issue list and yeah, join the IRC channel and stuff like that. Second thing is that you need to be transparent. That's very important. I see a lot of apps which are basically, they're open source, kinda, so they're on GitHub, but every commit is, I don't know, 20K lines of changes, and it's just like a version change, and no one knows what the hell happened. So you need to be very transparent. You need to do everything in issues. You need to do everything in pull requests so that people can see what's going on. So they can see what are the changes. You need, or you should use milestones, I would recommend. So for example, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, use labels like to review, enhancement, and bug. Those are the standard GitHub issue labels. And then it gets a lot easier for people to contribute. Then another thing is you need to make it easy for people to start out. So for example, in ownCloud Core and in other apps, we have this label called Junior Job, which makes it very easy to identify issues where you can, yeah, as a beginner, start out, be it programming issues, design issues, documentation issues. Every issue which you consider to be, yeah, something for a beginner to start out with is needs to be labeled a junior job, and you need to actively maintain a list of junior jobs, or you need to make sure there are like some starter issues, not just hard problems. And if you basically don't have a private to-do list for these kinds of things, always put them in the issues. Another good thing is the add mention in GitHub issues, that you can always add mention with username other people who you think are relevant for a pull request review. For example, the basic rule of a pull request, always mention the person who reported it and who was active, all the people who were active in the issue and said, oh yeah, I also have the problem. So just nudge them and say, hey, this pull request fixes it. And if contributors come in and there's, for example, 2 different people submitting a pull request, just cross mention them so that they can like each one can review the other's pull request. I'm almost finished. Another thing is have an IRC channel like ownCloud-mail. That's yeah, thank you.